Hello. Welcome, welcome. I'd wave to you all, but it's too far away. Hello and welcome to Happy Birthday to Meet Ultrafeast. My name is Jacie. I am a 1-year carnivore and I'm currently in training for a bikini competition in the summer of 2021. So my show date is July 10th. Hello, hello. And yeah, we're gonna do an Ultrafeast. So if you don't know, an Ultrafeast is just a ridiculous meal. We used to do it as, like, my family would do it on Christmas. We would just eat, like, the most ridiculous things we could think of. We would do stuff like filet and lobster, but I've kind of bastardized that and I've stolen it for carnivore. So everything you see here today is carnivore friendly. I did add herbs just for contrast on the picture, but you could totally leave them out and everything here is still super tasty. And I can confirm that everything is super tasty because I ate a lot of it while I was making it. I also had a huge failure with one of the recipes. I was going to make Oreo brownies and it just was like not gonna happen. It was not tasty. So if I ever have a recipe that doesn't work, I'm not going to put it out there. All right, so our first menu item is nachos. So this is pork rinds and then I melted shredded cheddar cheese and then I slow cooked a roast, shredded it, and then air fried it, and then put more cheese on it, and then sour cream, and then I put chives on top. I think green onions would also be really good, but I don't know, I prefer chives. And I would say that herbs are a really great way to get a little bit of like those plant flavors I think we're all used to without actually having to commit to like some serious seasoning. And I will be honest with you all, because I prepare everything at once for Ultrafeast, all of my food is cold. Oh, thank you. I love my crown too. I was like, when else can you wear a crown? I mean, come on, it's your birthday, you have to. But we're gonna start with the nachos here. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it, guys. I am 28, so big year this year. I'm pretty excited for it. And I do have a list of things that we're gonna go over, because I reached out and I asked you guys what kind of things you wanted me to talk about during Ultrafeast. So I'm gonna talk about them. Oh, and I did want to say too, all of the food I tried to do like traditional party food. So we have like nachos, tacos, I'm really excited for the pizza, and then mac and cheese, which I'm super stoked for. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the back to basics reset. So starting on Monday, I'm only going to be eating beef, eggs, salt, and water. The reason for that is I feel better without eating a ton of dairy, and I've been eating a ton of dairy recently. So I'm going to just cut that out and do a full week of just beef. I invited you guys to join me. I think it'd be really cool if you tagged me in anything that's just beef, eggs, salt, and water if you are participating, and then I'll go ahead and share it on my story, and then we can just have like a little community event of back to basicsness. I know a lot of carnivores just eat that way all the time anyways, and I think that's really cool. But yeah, dairy doesn't do anything wrong to me, like I don't get sick or anything, but I just feel better when I eat more beef. It's the proper human diet, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna move on because these nachos are cold and I'd rather eat them warm, so I'm gonna save them for later. The next thing we have is chips and dips, and guys, I'm really excited about this one. Da 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 da. So if you haven't tried pepperoni chips yet, can you, like, it's fine if you leave now and go to the store and go get pepperoni chips. I'm totally cool with that because it is so good. All you do is take pepperoni that you would get at any grocery store. I like uncured and like the least terrible ingredients I can find. And then you lay it out on a paper towel and you microwave it for a minute, and they just come out as these crispy little chips. And it's perfect for, I think with carnivore like you end up eating a lot of the same texture. So this is a nice way to get a texture variation without, you know, not eating meat. Sorry, my dog is like sneaking in to the frame. So if you see her, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. You guys probably love it. So this dip here is a baked cheese dip, and it's cream cheese, sour cream, and then a white cheddar, a sharp white cheddar. So it has a little bit of like tangy kick to it, and it's really good. I also think this is one that would be really good for, you know, if you're going to a party. So someone asked what the dip is. This one's a baked cheddar dip, and I'll get to this one in just a second. But if you are going to a party and you're a carnivore and you're worried about there not being food for you, I definitely think that this is something you could take, and it would be a crowd pleaser. Like, other people would like it too. And then this is a champagne cheddar dip. Oh my gosh, guys, she's just like all about this right now. So this is a champagne cheddar dip. So I took white cheddar and champagne and I blended them together, and it's delicious. If you've ever had the Gruyere fondue from Melting Pot, it tastes a lot like that because they use white wine in that. It's really good. And it's fancy because it has champagne in it. So you take it to a party and be like, look, I'm super fancy. I don't even know which one I like more, guys. This is really good. Also, I'm omadding today. Thank you, Carnivore Chef. I have your recipe a little bit later, but I will definitely let you know how it goes. If I like it, I'm sure I will. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, guys. I really appreciate it. I am doing OMAD today because I knew I'd be eating a lot of food right now, so I didn't eat for the rest of the day. But if you weren't aware, I did an OMAD experiment because I typically eat 3 meals a day. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I wanted to try OMAD because I thought it would be a good way to kind of be a little more efficient in terms of meal prep and eating time. So I tried OMAD and I didn't like it. I just felt full, like really uncomfortably full after every meal. It was terrible, and I felt like a slug the rest of the afternoon. I totally get why OMAD works for a lot of people because it is super efficient, and if you're someone who's used to eating a ton of food volume, it would be very filling, like physically filling is what I experienced. So I'm definitely more of like a 2-mad, 3-madder, and I really enjoy eating breakfast every morning. Bacon and eggs is my favorite, and so yeah, OMAD didn't work for me, but it's nice to have it as a tool to leverage when I need it. For example, today, when I knew I'd be eating one really big meal, it's nice to have it as an option. I think that one's my favorite. Oh my goodness, next up, I'm so excited for this. Mac and cheese. So mac and cheese was one of those foods that I always had as a kid, and I loved it, and I miss it on Carnivore. But at my last Ultrafeast, you may have seen I made a gnocchi recipe, and it's so good, you guys. If you haven't tried it, you really should. It's just chicken and eggs, and then you cook it like traditional gnocchi. Oh my gosh. Oh, crisis averted. So you cook it like traditional gnocchi where you put it in a bag and then you cut it out. So for that, I did like larger gnocchi sized pieces, but for this, I ended up doing smaller sized pieces so that I could make it look more like mac and cheese. And I will say, if I were to redo this, I would probably just make it like the gnocchi sized pieces. So you make the gnocchi and then you fry the individual gnocchis in butter. And then Carnivore Chef, or Reed, he made a mac and cheese recipe out of my gnocchi recipe, and I took his formula for creating the cheese sauce to make this here today. So definitely go check out his YouTube channel. I think it's just Carnivore Chef to get the mac and cheese recipe. It's so good, you guys. I know a lot of people don't tolerate dairy very well, but even if you did the gnocchi and did butter, I think it would be really good. So, obviously I love doing Ultrafeast because I get to eat and make delicious food. But I want to know what you guys want to see. Do you have Ultrafeast ideas for me? The first one was James Bond themed, and that was really, really awesome. And then this one is obviously birthday themed because it's my birthday. But I have a ton of other ideas like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, because I'm a giant nerd. But what do you guys want to see? What Ultrafeast would be interesting to you? Also, I'm open to answering any questions if you guys have them. I have like a little list I'm going to go through, but if there's anything you want to know while you're here, happy to answer it. We're all about the Harry Potter. I'm kind of waiting until I can get to, like, what's it called, Harry Potter World, because then I could get a bunch of stuff for Ultrafeast for it, but we'll see. Yeah, I may just end up having to crack and do it. Oh my goodness, guys, the gratin topping on this is just pork rinds and Parmesan cheese. I definitely overcooked mine a little bit, but super tasty. It's nice to have that little bit of crunch. I agree. Lord of the Rings is like my favorite movie series of all times. I cannot wait to do it. I think it's a little intimidating to me because I want to do it justice. Like, if I do it, I have to do it right. And I think I need more help. This is a lot to do on my own. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, if it's Lord of the Rings, I think it's going to have to be a group effort. I was also going to try to film some of these recipes for you guys and put them up on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen, but I have a YouTube channel now. It's just Lady Carnivore. And I've been posting mostly like vloggy, like what I eat in a day stuff, because that's mostly what I get asked. Okay, so Lord of the Rings is definitely getting more votes than Harry Potter right now. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't want to move on from the mac and cheese. It's so good. Do you guys like mac and cheese? Or I guess I should ask, what were your like, oh, Disney themed. Yes, that would be freaking awesome. The thing is, with Disney theme, I just feel like there's so many ways you could go with that. Like, you could either do a movie or you could do like each dish as like a classic Disney movie. Oh, that'd be so good. Jurassic Park, yes, absolutely. That will happen one day. I do love dinosaurs a lot. I think is it Jurassic Park 3 that has Spinosaurus? That's a disappointing movie, but it's my favorite dinosaur, so I don't know how to feel about it. Alright. Well, this mac and cheese is delicious. I'm definitely going to finish this later. But for now, we're moving on to pizza. Classic party food, right? Ta-da! So, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just like looked at other people's carnivore pizza recipes and then was like, yeah, this looks great. Yeah. If I do Disney, like, there's gonna be certain things that have to be in there. Like, Lion King is my favorite Disney movie, so there's going to be some Lion King in it, at least. And then I wouldn't even know which character, because I like to dress up and make myself characters. I don't even know which character I would want to be. Like, there's just too many options there. I think Disney is going to be like a series of Ultrafeasts. Old style Nickelodeon would be cool. My mom is watching this live right now, and so I'm going to complain to her about the fact that we didn't have TV when I was a child, and so I don't understand old TV references. Thanks, Mom. Just kidding, I love you. So I took a bunch of different carnivore pizza recipes, just like watched a ton / looked at a ton, but yeah, and then I was like, I want mine to be different. So the base is just ground beef and ground sweet Italian sausage. The Office themed. Yes. Okay, guys, I am so disappointed. I had a sign that said, "It is your birthday," and it doesn't fit, like, in my background. It's very upsetting. Carnivore pizza with shredded chicken. Good, but a little dry. Well, I haven't tried this yet, so I'll let you know if it's dry. Not dry. It is cold because all my food is cold. But so ground beef and sweet Italian sausage, both in equal parts, and then I baked it on a pizza tray for 10 minutes, and then drained the grease because holy moly, there was a lot of grease, and then added my toppings and then broiled it for another 5 to 7 minutes. And the toppings, I made a white sauce for the pizza. If you tolerate tomatoes well, I would definitely do that instead. And then Pride and Prejudice for an Ultrafeast idea. That would be interesting. I was obsessed with the PBS version of that movie. It's like 6 hours long when I was a kid. So good. And then I did Italian sausage, Parmesan, chives, and bacon for my toppings. Okay, I haven't had the shredded chicken crust, but I will say this is really good. I almost wish it was a little thinner. I did try to get it as thin as I possibly could, but I think it would be amazing when it's warm. It's really good right now, and it's not even hot. So, So someone asked me to talk about how I started carnivore. So I was doing keto back in starting in 2017, and I did really well in it, but I kept falling off the wagon. So the beginning of 2020, I decided I wanted to try keto, but like a really easy way of doing keto, and so I decided to do carnivore because I thought it would just be like less effort. And yeah, it went really well for me, so I just kept going. But yeah, that's how I started carnivore. I was just looking for an easier way to do keto, and I don't think I understood that it's like it's not entirely different. It's just different from keto in that it's not so like fat macro oriented. It's more about nutrition and animal-based nutrition. And then the other thing someone wanted me to talk about was why I want to compete in a bikini competition, which is a really fair question. So it was like 5 or 7 years ago, I was just puttering around YouTube and stumbled across some bikini competitors, and I was just so inspired by the dedication and the just hard work you have to put in to achieve this one moment on a stage. And I always wanted that, but I was dealing with like a lot of mental health stuff, and so it was really difficult for me to be able to pursue that and do that in a healthy way. And so it wasn't until carnivore that I really felt I had the ability to pursue that and be mentally healthy at the same time. So I'm really excited. I get to wake up every morning at 4 a.m. and pursue my dreams, and I just think that is so cool. Someone asked, what do you recommend for higher protein? So personally, I do supplement with a protein powder. That's totally optional. It's totally unnecessary. When I say that I eat higher protein, I eat about a 50-50 split. I eat a lot of chicken, and I do eat, sorry, hold on just a moment. Emma, go lay down. My dog is all about this right now. I do eat more chicken than I see other carnivores, and then I do choose leaner cuts of ground beef. Someone else asked, what do I do for work? I am an operations admin for an audiology practice here in Denver. We do hearing and balance. So we help people hear better, and if someone's suffering from dizziness or vertigo, we can help with that as well. It's really rewarding. I love old people. Meet and Disney Life. We were just talking about a Disney-themed Ultrafeast. I think you'd be all about it. I will definitely 1,000,000% invite you if and when that happens. All right. Next up is something I'm super excited for. I made tacos, y'all. And I didn't do cheese tortillas either. It's like legit tortillas. Well, not legit. It's carnivore tortillas. Tacos. So I used the same shredded beef mixture that I used for the nachos because I don't want to say I'm lazy, I just want to say that I really like this meat. So I slow cooked a roast and then shredded it and then air fried it. And then for the tortillas, I used the Strong Sisters tortilla recipe. And I'm going to tweak it a little when I put it in the recipe cards and totally give them credit. But if I had used what they had put in their recipe, this would not have worked. It definitely is, like, you need a very loose batter in order for the taco shells to form. So the taco shells are just chicken and egg whites and eggs. Yeah, I'm all about efficiency, guys. I don't know if you've seen my page, but this is some low effort content. They are perfect. That was my first time actually trying it, and it's very much like a tortilla experience. I'm very pleased with this. Wow. Guys, I wish you guys could be here and taste this with me. It's so good. And it's surprisingly easy. You have to get over your, I had to get over my grossed outedness at blending raw chicken. But once you get over that, there's a ton of different carnivore things you can make. Okay, so far, and I'm really surprised at this because I thought the mac and cheese was going to be my favorite. Definitely try making these tortillas. I'm just thinking of all the possibilities. You do like enchiladas, you could do quesadillas, you could do anything. So good. Someone said you haven't lived until you've tried raw chicken mousse. I can't even imagine what that tastes like. Okay, I'm gonna stop shoving tacos in my face. I know I keep saying I'm so excited for this next one, but I am so proud of how this turned out because, let me tell y'all, it was not going well this morning. I made a carnivore cake. Hold on momentarily. Let me grab it. Okay, guys. Do you see this? I made a cake. And it's carnivore. And it's not made out of meat. I'm so impressed with myself. So I was actually going to do the hoopsie cake that I think it's Kelly Hogan does for her kids when they're going to parties. But my boss actually made me this cheesecake for my birthday, and it was so good. And it is kind of more of a cakey texture. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it almost has like a crumb texture to it, and it is super dense. So it read more as a cake than a cheesecake to me. And then this is just whipped cream in the center here. And then I went ahead and I made some buttercream, and this is just butter and cream, literally buttercream. And I piped some buttercream roses for my cake. So I took a picture of the whole cake, but didn't want to like struggle with slicing a cake in front of you guys. So I went ahead and cut myself a slice before we got here. I have candles. Should we do candles? I'll wait until someone replies. Whoever replies first, yes or no, should we do candles, is what we'll do. This is champagne. Someone asked me if I drink booze on Carnivore, and really the only things I'll drink. Me and Disney Life said yes, so we're doing candles. Heck yeah. Where's my lighter? There it is. Everyone is saying yes, so we're doing the candles, guys. So I do drink alcohol. I drink champagne and I drink whiskey mostly. Sometimes I drink vodka, but I kind of stopped that after I was playing a drinking game with a friend and just had a miserable time after drinking all the vodka. So I don't really drink that often, maybe one drink a week. This week I've had 2 because my birthday was on Thursday. Oh, okay. They're sparkler candles, guys. Who knew? Not me. Oh. Wow. Okay. You guys wanted candles. Boy, did we get them. I don't know how that's reading on screen, but I'm a little scared to get too close to this. Let me see my list here of everything I was supposed to go over. Oh, so those of you who have been following me for a while may know that I was struggling with, yes, everyone please sing. I will just know that you are singing. It'll be great. I'm gonna blow these out now. All right. We made it, guys. I didn't burn the house down. I switched coaches. So when I first started with my bikini journey back in October, I signed up with the coach because he was kind of all I could find. He's a keto coach, and he had experience working with, oh, you guys are so sweet. He had experience working with bikini competitors, and he was willing to train me as a carnivore. And that was like all I could find. There's like, I don't know what to call it, ash flying around now. But he was all I could find at the time. And he was like super uncommunicative. He kept assigning me stuff I couldn't do. Like I would tell him stuff that, equipment I didn't have, and he would assign me that equipment anyways, continuously. Emma, out. I'm so sorry, guys. I should have blocked her out before starting. And then, yeah, he was just uncommunicative. I felt like I was floating, like I didn't have a really good understanding of what we were doing or what the process would be. And because it is my first show, I really wanted just someone who was more communicative and I don't want to say hand-holding, and I like trust that they'll get me to the stage, but at the same time it's like I kind of want to be involved in the process and not just feel like I'm doing work for the sake of doing work. So I found a new coach. He's actually a physical trainer. I found him on Instagram. His handle is pt.briancruz, and he is awesome, you guys. He's so communicative. He reviews my workouts, makes sure I'm doing things correctly. If I'm doing them incorrectly, he corrects me. And when I was doing OMAD, I got sick, and he I told him like, hey, I'm going to switch my workouts. And he was like, nope, just take a rest day. So yeah, he's just really communicative and supportive. And he is such a cool dude. Like, he is so cool. He's so cool. You guys should really check him out. It's pt.briancruz. And he's just awesome. I've really been enjoying working with him. So I switched coaches and I'm much happier now. Obviously, I feel like I made great progress with the other coach, but again, it was just like I just wanted to feel a little more secure in what we were doing, and he just wasn't able to offer that to me. I think he's a good coach. He just has a lot of clients. But like I said, this new coach is just like a million times better. So he's a better fit for me. So it's been really good. Sorry, I feel like I said so like a billion times right then. My crown is giving me a headache. The things we do for content. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to like get rid of the rest of this cake because I would eat all of it. It's so good. I feel like I should turn this so you guys can see. It was a pain to get out of the tins. Definitely if you make this, put it in like one of those ring tins. So it's essentially a cheesecake recipe. Yeah, I should freeze it, except I like cannot stop myself from eating it. It is so good. So it's essentially a cheesecake recipe. You do 4 8-ounce bricks of cream cheese, and at room temperature you whip it. And then add, I believe, 4 eggs, one at a time, as they mix in. And you don't want to over mix it, so you do it on low. And then you add springform pan, thank you. And then you add 1.5 cups of sour cream. And if you tolerate it well, you can add vanilla extract. And then once it comes together, you bake it. And I'm blanking on the temperature. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm going to put the recipe up tomorrow. So it bakes for 1.5 hours, and then you leave it in the oven for at least 3 hours to cool, because otherwise it'll crack, and it's so good. Which recipes were dairy-free? You could make the pizza dairy-free. You could make the nachos dairy-free. The dips were not dairy-free, and the mac and cheese was not dairy-free. But I still recommend making the gnocchi, because that is just chicken and egg. And you could like cook it in butter, and that would be amazing. And a really good macro split, because of all the chicken would be high protein and the butter would have your fat. Sorry, this has turned into you guys just watching me eat cake. There's no sweetener in this cake. I don't tolerate artificial sweetener as well. Honestly, yeah, I personally don't tolerate artificial sweetener as well. But if you did, it might be worth adding it. Or looking into like a keto cake recipe, because I know that my thought is if you're using sweeteners, perhaps you're using like almond flour. Personally, I don't tolerate either of those well, and so I would rather just do this. And I think when you've been carnivore long enough, your taste buds are just kind of wacky, because like this tastes amazing to me, but my boss made it for me at work, and like my coworkers ate it, and it was just so funny watching them, because like I was just like scarfing it down because I thought it was amazing, and they were just like politely nibbling at the edges. Cheers. But yeah, I think this is amazing. I would eat this all the time. Like I said, I have a whole cake. I will get all the recipes up for you guys tomorrow in my stories, and then I'll put them in a highlight. Yeah, so the protein powder I use is sweet. I find that the chocolate flavors are typically less sweet than like the vanilla flavors, but it's not my favorite. It's just something I do to make sure I get the protein in. It's not something I enjoy doing, but I think Quest makes a unflavored, unsweetened protein powder. I'm pretty sure. Okay, we only have one dish left. I just want to sit here and eat this cake, but I want to respect your time. So, last up, we have this carnivore ice cream. So I made ice cream. It's a basic ice cream recipe, and Isopure zero carb unflavored is great. Thank you, that's very helpful. I might get that next time. I always find that the flavors don't taste like what they're actually supposed to taste to, and they're just all too sweet. So I made ice cream traditionally. It's just milk, cream, and I added an egg yolk, and then I actually steeped, I don't know if you can see, but there's vanilla seeds in there. So I steeped a vanilla pod in the milk and cream while I was heating it, and then I beat the egg yolk and mixed in some of the hot cream to temper it, and then added the egg yolk back into the cream. Chilled it, churned it, froze it. It was really good. If you tolerate vanilla well, I would definitely recommend this. And I just got, you know how everyone has those like Dash mini waffle irons? I got a Dash mini, I think it's Dash. It's just a like personal ice cream churner. So I can make my own ice cream now, which is pretty cool. And I also tried putting my protein powder in it, and that was amazing. I put my protein powder, like how I normally mix it, into the ice cream churner, and then I ate it, and it was like a Wendy's Frosty. It was so good. Still too sweet, but really good. I know that a lot of my Ultrafeast recipes thus far have been very dairy oriented. I was thinking about challenging myself and doing ice cream sandwiches with chaffles. That's a great idea. Oh, I'm here for it. Do like a mozz so it's more neutral, like cheese flavor. That would be good. We should try that. I'm going to challenge myself to use less dairy in my next Ultrafeast, because I know that's more inclusive for a lot of carnivores. All right. I guess in review, my favorite thing is the cake, hands down. It is so good. I like really try it. I know it seems like a lot of effort, but try it. It's so good. And then my second favorite is probably the tacos. Those tortilla shells came out so well. I'm so stoked about those, you guys. And then the mac and cheese just tastes like childhood to me. So I really enjoyed that. And then the pizza's good. I'm excited to have pizza now. Typically with carnivore, I can handle tomatoes. So what I was doing was I would like buy a frozen pizza and then scrape the toppings off. The macros on it are insane. It's just all fat. So this is a little bit better because I used ground beef. So it's something that's a little more sustainable for eating every day. Yes, okay. Dairy is addictive for me and it makes me bloated too. That is absolutely why I am doing the Back to Basics week. So that starts on Monday. I'll only be eating beef, egg, salt, and water. I'm very excited for it. Interestingly, so this week I had a ton of dairy, and I did the same workout after eating a lot of dairy as I did after eating a ton of meat when we went to Fogo de Chao on Sunday. And my workout after eating at Fogo de Chao the night before was amazing. It was like the best workout of my life. I felt freaking awesome. And then I did the same workout, but after eating a bunch of this cake, actually. And it was rough, guys. I felt like a sluggy sloth. I was just not okay. I was not motivated at all. So I'm excited to go back and just eat more beef. All right, guys. Well, that's Ultrafeast. The recipes will be up tomorrow on my stories. And then if you guys want to see any recipes specifically, like in video form, I can put those up on my YouTube channel. You'll just have to let me know which ones you want to see. What kind of beef for the higher protein? I love red meat, but it's hard to find cheap lean. London broil roasts at my grocery store are regularly buy one, get one. They're super lean, like almost disgustingly lean. So you do have to add butter. I have to add butter or something. But I would definitely recommend the London broil when it's a buy one, get one. I stock up whenever leaner cuts are on sale. Or like if I get a chuck roast, I'll trim the fat and then cook that. But I think too, like if you're eating, I don't know, I can do more. One, that is an awesome outfit. Thank you. Two, happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. When I am eating beef, it is kind of the perfect split of 50-50 if it's like a leaner ground beef. And then if you're eating like eggs and stuff, I think that helps too. Okay, my dream would be to have an Ultrafeast with my carnivore buddies. I would love to have one here. I'd love to host a Carnivore Ultrafeast in Colorado. If you guys are in Colorado, reach out to me and we could set something up. Oh, the London broil? I don't know if it has a different name. Okay, guys, the ice cream is good, but I'm here for this cake. I'm just waiting to see if anyone else has any questions before closing us out. Someone did ask about the mental aspect of my experience, and I wasn't sure if they meant carnivore or bikini, like my bikini competition prep. For carnivore, my mental health has never been better. I used to suffer from OCD, and now it is definitely, like, I don't want to say cured, but it's gone. So, cured? My OCD, I definitely don't have those obsessive thought patterns anymore. But that has been amazing for me on carnivore, and it's been really motivating for me personally to stick to carnivore because I know that I have that benefit when I eat this way. Thank you all for the sweet, sweet birthday wishes. I feel so spoiled this year, honestly. It's been amazing. And then for the mental aspect of the experience for the bikini competition, I think like with any big goal in life, your why is the most important thing. So if you don't have a good why as to why you're doing something, you're not going to be mentally in the right space to do it the way you want to do it. So for me, I knew for years I wasn't in a good place mentally to be able to do the bikini competition. But now I know that I am in a good place mentally, and it is my dream to be up on that stage. And so every time, I get up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym, it's not I have to, it's an I get to, because I get to work on my dream every day, and I think that's amazing. So yeah, some days, or I should say some weeks, I, like any human, I have rough weeks, but I don't think it's because of the bikini competition or because of carnivore. I just think it's because I'm human, like we all are. So yeah, I've been really pleased with the experience thus far. I'm really excited for my new coach, and I am really, 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 really excited for July 10th. All right, guys, this crown is kind of giving me a headache. So I think I'm going to call it here, but thank you so much for joining me for Happy Birthday to Meet Ultrafeast, and I'm going to let my little guest star come here. Come here, hon. Come on. She's been wanting to be in the video this whole time, you guys. I wouldn't let her. So upsetting. Yeah. Her birthday is on April 20th. Should we throw a party? I think we should. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining. Happy birthday to Meet Ultrafeast. I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing week, and that you get to work on your goals this week. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you soon. Probably in my stories in like 3 minutes. All right, guys. Bye.